natural farming. It says a lot about your character and what you value, and it's really important. And I know that there's a lot of other things that you could be doing today, and you took your time to learn something new or practice something that you already know a little bit more. So thank you for that. I want to ask who out there has heard of natural farming or is practicing natural farming or has even been to one of my classes before. Okay, so about half the class, and then maybe about half the class not so much, which is perfect. That's fine. Okay, so I guess we could kind of start with natural farming. Like I said, we have a few worksheets to kind of go over. And if you have any questions or anything at all, or I'm talking or speaking too fast, please say something to me. I'm happy to answer any questions or anything at all. This is your opportunity to learn. So if you want to, decide what we cover, or if you know about something about natural farming and you want to go deeper into a specific aspect, feel free to ask. So today, I guess we'll kind of start with like kind of the components of natural farming, and which is like the one with the 3 images on it. Kind of looks like 3 different images on it. So the first one is right in the middle on the top, and it says IMO. Does anyone know what IMO stands for? Indigenous microorganisms. What does indigenous mean?
Local, native, present.
Local, native. Right here, what does micro mean?
Small.
Small, teeny tiny. You need a microscope to see it. And organism?
Living entity.
Life, yes. So native, small, teeny tiny life. That's all around us. And this is kind of one of the pillars of natural farming. We can actually collect and preserve native biology that is indigenous to wherever we are living, wherever we are farming, and we can preserve it and reapply it and feed it and nourish it and propagate it and grow it. And basically we can bring the biology from the forest to our depleted, farmlands or our gardens or wherever. You can literally transform any environment with the biology that's living and thriving in the forest. So after we kind of collect and preserve the microorganisms, we kind of move to this cycle where we do soil treatment, which is where we then begin to apply the inoculated microbes and start to feed and drench the soil with different natural farming solutions that we'll learn about more today. And over time, the microbes start to penetrate into the earth and create more new topsoil. And with natural farming, you can create 3 or more inches of new topsoil per year farming. And when I was living in Hawaiian Paradise Park, I was farming there for about 10 to 11 months, and in that time created 9 inches of new topsoil and started with about a 1/4 inch of topsoil on basically just cinder rock. So incredible results. The more you feed the biology, the more your soil will grow. And they say like organic farmers will feed the plants, but natural farmers, indigenous farmers will feed the soil. So by feeding the soil, we can feed the plants. And then the third component of it is kind of this foliar application. So by routinely and regularly every 7 to 11 days, foliar feeding your plants with the natural farming solutions that we have here we're going to talk about, basically is providing a nutritious and wholesome meal each time for your plants and the biology in your garden or in your orchard. And it's kind of like a repeating kind of cycle. We're always going to want to be collecting, we're always going to want to be preserving, we're always going to want to be applying the indigenous life. So this is kind of like the components of it. And then The one that says ancient, or the life cycles of natural farming. So this actually was the first sheet one of the first sheets that I made a few years ago. And then I kind of took this sheet and expanded it into this one, which is like a little bit more detailed. So this one, the life cycle of natural farming. So this is kind of a fun one, and in the middle. Oh, sorry. Was I going the whole time without it?
Yeah.
I think the little that you can maybe have a picture.
Cool. Thank you. So we have the life cycle of natural farming. This is kind of like a good overview too. So in the middle, we have the indigenous microorganism. That's kind of that little smiley guy that has the halo above his head. That's my depiction of what an indigenous microorganism looks like, even though that's kind of crazy because, yeah, that's not what they look like. But so basically it starts, and there's a lot of different like hidden things within this illustration. So the microbe has one of his hands to the heavens and one of his hands to the earth. So it starts upward towards the heavens, and that's towards number one, where you have the ancient technology. So indigenous microorganisms create a new generation every 30 minutes. So 1 week is 10,000 years in microbial time. Hey, aloha. So if you can imagine an undisturbed forest that's thousands of years old, how many years is that in microbial time? You know, it's like eons. It's so old. So there is literally ancient technology, ancient connection to our ancestors that lives in the soil. And by tuning in and tapping into that and being able to collect and preserve the biology that's out in nature, we can, we can begin to work with that. Aloha. Let me get you guys some sheets.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Tell me if I block it